What's up, everybody? I'm doing another subscriber request today. This one was for Robin, but it's one that a lot of people have had a lot of trouble with, and that is the vertical Chaplin. So what it looks like is this right here, which is just a Chaplin, but it's up and down. And you know, there's really the main key factor to this trick lies in one thing only, and well, really a few things. So first and foremost, you need to know the Chaplin, and you need to be good at the Chaplin to do it. For me, going into the vertical Chaplin from the original Chaplin, I never really had much trouble, but I've always been pretty good at the Chaplin. So I had to stop and ask myself, like, what makes the vertical Chaplin so hard? And the reason why it's so hard is because, unlike the traditional Chaplin, when you have a slight mess up in the original Chaplin, you can fix it by kind of like moving, like here, I'll mess it up on purpose and fix it by like re-catching the pace. Whereas with the vertical Chaplin, let's say I'm doing a vertical Chaplin and I mess up the pace or something like right there, and then I try to get back into it, it kind of spirals out of control. And because gravity is involved, every single mess up is a lot more dire, and so that's why it's a lot harder. But with that being said, to help yourself have the best possible chance of being good at it, you need to be already good at the Chaplin. So if you can't consistently Chaplin, or if you can't go from, like, let's say a trick like this into a Chaplin, or like I do the choker fan into a Chaplin. Oh, well, I just messed it up, but let me try to see if I can do it right here. Well, anyways, if you can't do a lot of different Chaplin type moves, then I would probably work on that first. But with that being said, if you're already good at that, then there's one key factor to getting it down, and that is the direction by which that you're doing it. So with a traditional Chaplin, look, by the way, earlier I cut my finger because I did a Chaplin on the bite handle. Anyways, so when you get into your traditional Chaplin, you're here and you're doing the little spin. Each rotation, if you'll notice, has a point of contention or a point of where I'm administering velocity back into this spin to keep it going. So for this one, it'll be here. At this point here, I'm pushing harder towards the left, and then that momentum carries all the way back around until I get back to this point, and I push to the left again. So it's an oval-like motion, and it's like a push and rest and push and rest and push and rest. When you get into doing the vertical type of Chaplin, it's the same exact concept, except it can't be in the same exact place. It has to be directed differently, and the best possible place to direct it is down and towards yourself. If you try re-administering force upwards or away from you, it's going to fly out of your hand. And I'll just demonstrate it real quick. So I'll get into it, and here I am doing it. And now I'm going to re-administer the force upward, and look how easily it falls out of my hand. Try not to hit any doo-doo on the ground over here. But anyways, so what I like to do is think about it coming towards, like, let's see, if my body is like this and I want it to be facing this way, down and towards myself, almost like it's going towards my pelvis area. And so as I'm doing the spin, it's going to be kind of like this. And that's really the biggest... Sorry, I had to cut the video, but I like to think of the momentum coming more towards my pelvis area, and that's like the perfect direction to keep pulling towards. So aside from in the regular Chaplin, you're pushing that way. In the vertical Chaplin, you want to push towards your pelvis area. That's what I think is best. Another couple of things. One, you need to be able to do the twirl, that little full twirl little thing where you kind of like roll it up and in between these fingers like that. And the reason why is because you need to have a way to stop it, because this Chaplin is a lot harder to stop with a good break than a regular Chaplin. And then the last drill I would say is that, let's say you're already doing your regular Chaplin and you're doing it in this sort of fashion right here. I want you to slightly turn and just work on slightly turning. And right here, at this point, before you're 100% vertical, that's where you change where you're pushing. See? So that's what I would recommend doing. Those are the main tips I have. Those are the main considerations that I would say. So let me know if that helped.